It was supposed to be an ordinary family road trip. Tom and Lisa Harrison and their 3 children, 12-year-old Kate, 8-year-old Justin, and 4-year-old Ellie, were driving down Route 17 on their way to visit relatives in a neighboring state. Summer was in full swing, and the sun was setting. The road winded through dense forests and seemed serene. Soon, however, everything changed. Darkness came suddenly. A thick fog enveloped the road, and visibility dropped sharply. Tom slowed down, staring intensely out the windshield. Lisa got worried and looked at her phone to check the map, but there was no network. "Some strange road. Are we going in the right direction?" she asked. Tom nodded, but his face betrayed uncertainty. Soon they spotted a rusty road sign, hard to make out in the darkness. It reads, "Detour." There was no official warning that the highway was being repaired, but it seemed dangerous to keep driving in the thick fog. "Why don't we take a different road?" Lisa suggested. Tom hesitated, but then gave in. He changed his route to another road that led through the woods. At first, the road was smooth. However, soon the asphalt changed to gravel and then to mud. The wheels were slipping, and in the light of the headlights, the twisted trunks of trees could be seen in the darkness. They stopped at an old bridge that looked like it was 100 years old. "I don't like this place," Kate murmured, pulling her sister close to her. "We'd better go back," Lisa said firmly. When Tom tried to turn around, however, the engine stalled. He turned the ignition key, but the car wouldn't respond. And then they heard a strange sound. It was a whisper that came from the darkness. "Who's there?" Tom shouted, getting out of the car with a flashlight. The fog was thickening. Lisa felt the hair on her arms stand up. The children huddled together fearfully. The flashlight illuminated a dark, thin figure that stood by the trees. She seemed unnaturally tall, with long arms and a motionless face. "Tom, get back in the car!" Lisa shouted. However, it was too late. The figure moved forward, and then it disappeared. At that moment, the engine started on its own again. Lisa yanked the door open sharply and screamed, "Get in the car! Quick!" Tom jumped in and slammed the door shut. They sped off as fast as they could. The bridge was behind them, and the forest trees flashed in the headlights. The children were crying, Lisa breathing heavily. Tom's heart was pounding frantically. However, all the horror was ahead. When they finally pulled back onto Route 17, Lisa looked at her watch and gasped. "Tom, we've only been driving for 5 minutes. Yet, it's been 3 hours." Tom braked sharply. The clock on the dashboard showed a discrepancy in time too. They glanced around, then noticed something else in the rearview mirror. The back seat was empty. The children were gone. In their place sat that scary, dark figure.